Oh, the streets of Rome are filled with rubble. Ancient footprints are everywhere. Well, you could almost think that you see it in double. On a cold, dark night on the Spanish Stair. Gotta hurry on back to my hotel room, where I got me a date with Botticelli's niece. She promised she'd be right there with me when I pay my masterpiece. Inside the Coliseum, dodging lines, wasting time. All those mighty kings with the jungle I can hardly stand to see them. Well, it sure has been a long, hard ride. Train wheels rolling through the back of my memory. We're laying on a hilltop, following a pack of wild geese. Someday life will be sweet like a rhapsody when I pay my masterpiece. Well, I left Rome and I landed in Brussels on a flight so bumpy that I almost cried. Pushing out in uniform, there's the young girls from the Brussels. Well, it sure has been a long, hard ride. Newspaper man eating candy, had to be held down by big police. And someday everything's gonna be different when I pay
Alrighty, what up everybody, and welcome to playoff race number 1 here in the Premier Truck Series. Please remain off the track after the garbage meet is completed. Tonight will be a total of 110 laps. We're going to have stages of 20 and 50. That is 20 and 50. No patch spray for this set of tires. You can note the only black flags will be cleared or passing the yellow to the cars. Wrecking the pits will not go black flags for speeding through pits or unsafe entry erected. During the restart, to keep the pack tightened up, laying back to jump the start will result in a penalty. And when taking the green flag, you must maintain your line to cross that track. After the yellow flag's out and safely made it through any wreckage, please catch up with the pace car immediately and prevent letting others. And when flag up your green flag stops, state over the radio what your intentions are to allow others to move around you. Good luck. Have some fun.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Premier Trucks playoff race number 1 at EchoPark Speedway, Atlanta. Again, playoff race 1 of 5. Tonight we are racing 110 laps, stages at 20 and 50. This should be pretty exciting. We have no golden ticket winners tonight, lucky winners from the previous race, but we are going to bring that gentleman in for an interview right now. Dylan Hinton, number 81, Hinton Motorsports. You just got your first win in DS. Unfortunately, you can't race with the big boys tonight in Premier, but buddy, how'd it feel to get that win?
Felt awesome. It just all worked out for me, to be honest. It was great to get my first win, and yeah.
Jamie, you got any questions for the young man?
Yeah, so were you running fuel strategy or tire strategy at the end? And
To
what
be
lap
honest,
did you pick? Because I was in the race too, so I'm not sure.
yeah,
you hit pit road.
yeah. So of course we did the initial caution pit, and then at lap 45 or 46, I believe I came in, and everybody else pitted. I think 3 laps before me, and I had enough fuel to make it, and everybody else was saving or they just pit. So to be honest, I wasn't. I was just running my race and doing what I needed to do, and I passed people that were saving, and the people that pit, I of course got. So just all worked out for me.
Sounded like a plan that worked out.
Yes, it did.
Amazing finish. Hinton Motorsports. Again, that's your first win of the season. We're just going to throw a little shade on your pops. I believe Dylan has one more win than his dad does this year. Congratulations. We're going to watch your dad and your other teammate, Todd Pratt, race tonight. And any shout-outs you want to give? Any fans you got out there you want to give a shout-out to?
Well, definitely a shout out to my dad, even though I'm doing better than him this season. But I'll shout out to him because he got me into all this, and he's got me on this team, and I've met you and Todd, and you all have been a great help to me. So I'll shout out you guys. Really appreciate all of you.
Awesome job. Congrats again on your first win. That was amazing. I was super excited for you, as I know many in the league are. And congratulations. Let's cheer on your 2 teammates tonight.
Yep, let's go get a good finish.
Okay, and again, we're doing our warm-ups here. Again, we're getting ready for 110 laps, stages at 20 and 50. We're going to pause and take a brief break while these guys are getting their warm up in. But we're going to have an exciting night. Jamie Howell is in the booth with me. I'm Jeff Dinda, and our awesome producer Damon is catching this feed for you guys on YouTube. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, YouTube. Premier Trucks Playoff Week 1 of 5 at EchoPark Speedway in Atlanta. 110 laps, stages at 20 and 50, and Jamie Howell has the lineup.
All right, all right, all right. Here we go, starting on the pole. In the 5, Brandon Hinton. Outsides him, Ben Kuhn. Row number 2 is Matthew Tennant, the 59, and Max Denda in the 48. Row number 3 has Hunter Davis, the 88, and Mark Holloway, the 56. Row 4 got Thomas Long. Outside of him is Todd Perront in the 69. Row 5 is John Wayne Crosby and Brian Sousa. Row number 6 is Jonathan Geist in the 32, and outside of him is Craig Knoll in the 63. Row number 7 is Casper and his brother. See everyone get tight before we go back green racing here for the first time tonight.
So I was checking with the guys earlier. Fuel, 40, 43 laps. These guys, I think they're a little nervous tonight. I mean, this is Premier. They're pretty good drivers, but this track is pretty interesting. So, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have some action tonight.
I think it being the first race of the playoffs, they may get a little, what's the word, tenuous, and they'll scale it back for about 20 laps, and then they may get going after the first stage. But I could be wrong. It is Atlanta Super Speedway now.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had a fun race during the holidays here. We kind of just brought back the Xfinity cars, had a bunch of guys in the race, and it's exciting. The new configuration. It's more of a draft. They made it more of a drafting track. Just to watch these guys. I mean, obviously, Premier is the best of the best. We talk about it every time I'm on a broadcast. These guys, you have to apply, you have to get approved. There's a voting process. They check your stats and everything else. So again, these guys, these are all seasoned veterans in DES. This should be really exciting how they handle this.
I can't wait till we get green flag racing here and be some good drafting and pushing, and hopefully no wrecking, knock on wood.
Yeah, and again, this is race 1 of 5 of our playoffs. These drivers all do get one drop in a playoff. So if you have an unfortunate incident, they get no fast repairs. So in 5 races, if you have one really bad race, that does get dropped for the final. So, good luck to these guys. Pace cars in. Jamie, take it away.
Here we go. Green flag racing, because we are green, green, green in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's going to take him a little bit to get up the speed, but Max is on the bumper of the 40 car. He's pushing already. He's not waiting. Oh, as he drops down.
Oh, it drops down. It's gonna get interesting. Everybody running around diving for positions here.
Yeah, my guess is we'll probably see these guys all pile in single file when they can.
And just like that, Coons hung out to dry on the outside. You're gonna have a little bit of help as that Holloway tries to pull in behind him. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Yeah, and what I heard from the guys before the race is this it's not quite like 56 into the wall outside of the 23. They are 3 wide right now. This kind of, I don't want to call it the tri-oval portion. The kind of that bend in the middle to start finish. I think that may be the dog leg. That may be the trickiest part for these guys.
Oh yeah, you lose downforce when you come off 4, so you don't really have it like you normally would. So therefore it gets real flat, and the rear end wants to try to come around, and truck gets next to you, puts the arrow on you, and wants to push you around. That's great.
And for those who don't know, Jamie is our technical expert. He is way more experienced in iRacing than I am. I try to add the color commentary when I can. Speaking of color commentary, for those of you watching on YouTube, if you got a favorite driver you want to call out, we can talk about them in a race. Let's hear.
Got a little 5 truck breakaway up front.
And we do reset points at the start of the playoffs. So even though that 73 car in the back of that 5-car pack was the leader in the regular season, now it's actually a 7-car pack.
7 cars.
Yeah,
Just like that. Just like that.
just like that. They reset. So slate is clean. You get one gimme race, and let's see who's going to pull this one out. Brandon Hinton still in the lead.
Yeah, for the most part, it's just a ride and relax. You throw Miss Daisy in the back and hang out for a while.
Yeah, and here's that tricky portion of the track we were talking about just a minute ago. They all make it through here pretty easy. We do get stage points. So first gets 10, 10th gets 1. If you win the race, you get 40. Second place is 35. So stage points can add up pretty quick. So, these guys are looking at lap 20 to be in that top 10 to get some extra points.
I wonder who's going to be the first one to try to make a move here. When we get about 3 to go in the end of the first stage, I say it's going to be Max.
Well, you just guessed the same guess I did. It'll be Max.
It may even be before then.
Yeah, I don't know if Ben's going to go with him though, since he left him hanging the last time.
Yeah, probably not. But Crosby's behind him, and he could pull Perrant with him.
Yeah, and you just talk about how points matter, even every single stage point. At the end of last season for Premier Trucks, it was 1, 2, 3, all separated by 1 point, and John Crosby won the championship. He was really far behind, kept piling up stage points. I was calculating, we got Ben falling to the outside. Crosby's gonna move inside. We were calculating during the race, giving people updates, and it was like they're gonna finish 1, 2, 1 point apart. So every point matters.
Now Ben's just gonna get train railed. Unless someone jumps out there with him, but I don't see that happening at the moment. He may, a little bit of contact.
Yeah, unfortunately, these guys are tight enough. It's gonna be hard to squeeze back in.
He's hanging pretty nicely on the outside of the mark, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that too much longer, being by himself and no help, nobody pushing him.
Yeah, and for those of you watching on YouTube, again, if you got a favorite driver, call them out. But, people are probably wondering, why is it such a small field? Well, Premier Trucks to begin with is a smaller size group. It's not unlimited entries. It's quality. You gotta kind of prove yourself in the league to get in.
And select.
And select. You got to be selected. You got to be. There's a process to get in. So it's always a smaller field, but in the playoffs it gets even a little smaller, because if you don't have 4 races under your belt during the regular season, you're not allowed to race. We no longer have the golden ticket winners. We had an interview before the race. Dylan Hinton, if this was a regular season, Dylan would be racing in this race as well. But because it's playoffs, he was not allowed to race.
I plan on being on these races in the next season.
I haven't decided yet if I'm going to throw my hat in. I kind of like racing the other trucks, but smaller field, better drivers. This could be a fun league to be in as well.
See Ben back there slowly falling back. Now Sousa up next to him.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's just hard on the outside by yourself, especially if you're not going to side draft and at least kind of slightly help yourself.
Yeah, it's not quite the same as Daytona or Talladega, but it has very much the same personality. It's just quite a quirky track.
Yeah, if you do it right, you can gain a little bit of position doing your side draft, like you just did then on Mark. You should probably clear him here going into 1 and 2. Oh, Mark's pulled back next to him. He side drafted him real good and pulled him back, but I guess not enough.
And of course, these guys have enough fuel to make it to stage 1, no issues. Tires should be a plenty for stage 1. So this is just kind of positioning and posturing at this moment. And we got one jump on the outside.
There goes Crosby. Oh no, he's just getting some air. I thought he was going to go. Getting to that point. Somebody's gonna make a move here in a second. Get run off the 2 off of 4.
Yeah, and Ben's doing a really good job of holding on there, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's keeping everyone behind him on the bottom from getting a run and trying to make any positions up 4 points in the stage.
You know, you can see these guys if we are playing this in fast motion, right, like at 4x, they're bobbling around quite a bit. Even though they're single file, there's still, there's a lot of action in this track.
Oh yeah, she races just like a super speedway now. It's just a mini version. That air pushing you around, throwing you sideways. Crosby got up under Max right there in the dog leg. Maybe I thought he was going to try to make a move in 1. Still single file with Kuhn on the outside.
What do you think? Lap 15? Is this? Here
Oh,
we go.
go. It was Davis and Denda up front. So Davis clears the 5 of Hinton. I wonder if he's going to pull Max with him or is he going to drop down? The longer he stays, the less likelihood he'll be able to maintain.
It's always a tough decision.
Crosby goes up.
Yep, Crosby's coming up with him.
Dry.
Yeah.
Gonna allow the back of the field to start sucking up too.
Yeah, we still have two teammates on the inside, bumper to bumper, but these guys are clear. It's always a tough decision, right? When you get somebody to jump out there with you, do you pull down in front immediately, or do you give them room to clear as well?
Early in the race, you try to bring them with you. That way, later in the race, they remember it.
Good point.
Make friends early, make enemies late.
And these guys all know each other so well. It's pretty amazing. Cross team communications. Guys will work with each other. It's a cool league. How well these guys all work together, especially from here. It looks like Crosby just got a little loose there. It looks like he's going to hang on to it.
Ben Kuhn's pulled back up on the outside running.
Yeah,
now.
This action has all helped out Ben Kuhn for sure.
Geis has jumped to the outside of the 60 of Sousa, trying to pull up, get some stage points. He's currently running 8th. He may pull on up here on the draft of Kuhn, coming around the dog leg and going into 1.
Yeah, and these guys should have color-coded banners on their trucks. I don't know, Damon, if we can color code. I mean, pretty much it's 8 out of these 11 drivers are in the playoffs, I believe.
Kuhn's going to run up on Crosby here. Maybe they're going to push him up there. We're coming to the stage break here in a second. Everybody's going to try to squeeze the last little bit they can, get positioned for the points. Hunter Davis.
Yeah, Hunter Davis wins the stage. Caution is out. That's our stage break. We are still live. We're going to let these guys settle down a little bit. I know our producer is going to pull up the top 10 for stage points, and we are going to take a quick break as these guys all fan out.
Let's see how dang, I can't even talk. How the pit stops plan out here with the way the new scoring loops are at Atlanta. Who understands if you don't pit now, you get screwed. Looks like they all caught on real quick, like.
Yeah, it's early.
Welcome back. We are double file, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here at EchoPark at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hunter Davis going to lead us back to green as soon as we hit restart zone. Got Crosby on the outside of him, dying to behind him, and Kuhn behind Crosby. Ended our first stage. Next one won't be till lap 50, so we'll see what happens until between now and then. Hopefully no cautions. These boys can continue staying green flag racing. Pace car hit pit road, and Hunter's going to take us whenever he decides wants to go here in the green flag zone. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Green flag. Then to push them through. They're going to roll through. Get a good jump on them. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
He wasn't waiting for Hunter to go. He gave him a little bump.
It can be dangerous though in the restart zone if you wait to the end and you get through get your speed too high, and let's say you're going too fast for the restart.
Yeah, they got a pretty good jump. We have two teammates on the inside, 5 and 69. Crosby and Kuhn on the outside trying to catch up. And again, for our producer, whenever we drop this back in our current look, if we have the yellow highlighting, I mean, I know it's 8 out of 11, but I don't know if we can throw that on there. But if we can't, that's cool. I'm going to take a quick phone call. Jamie, you got it.
Crosby, Kuhn, and Sousa on the outside. 4th row, 3 rows deep. Hunter Davis pulling Dendo along and hitting. They're just going to be riding. You get close to the end of stage 2, and they try to get the stage points leading into these round 2 of the playoffs. Geis is back there. He's doing my strategy. What I would do, just hang out and ride. Let the cards unfold in front of you until it's time to go. Then you roll the dice and send it. A couple cars are falling back. Looks like they're just gonna get even further away in case something happens. They have more time to check it up and not slam into anyone.
Yeah. Oh, we got to spin.
Oh, there it is too.
40 just got turned.
Was that Kuhn?
Yeah, Ben was on the outside. I'm not sure if that was the 69.
I think it was Perrant and Holloway.
Yeah. We're going to check a replay out here real quick. Yeah, that was definitely the 40 got turned, and I believe it may have been the 69.
That happened quick, as I was saying. The 2 trucks staying in the back, just hanging out, so they have more time to check up.
That's exactly it.
I didn't even get to finish my statement. Oh, the 69 come up.
Yeah, 56, and then 56 taking, 69 is gonna have some rear damage. 59, 56, so a little bit front damage. I believe the 40 should be clear. Again, no fast repairs. So let's see what these guys can do during this stop.
Yeah, roll that and slow.
Here's another look. Yeah,
oh, maybe he did. Maybe the 40 did come down.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, they kind of both kind of come up, one come down.
You know what I've learned with iRacing is, depending on whose preview you're watching. If you watch one car, it looks like he was at fault. You watch the other car, it looks like the other guy was at fault. So definitely an incident there. Like you said, these guys hanging on the back. They are fine. We got 3 cars with a little bit of damage. I believe they can probably get it all cleaned up here in a lap. We get 2 laps under caution, so they should be able to get it cleaned up.
Yeah, Kuhn should have very minimal damage. I think Perrant sustained the most damage because Holloway, when he hit, it didn't seem like it was too hard. So it could be wrong, but we'll see how long they stay on pit road.
And I don't know. Let's go back to the pit road feed if we can. I know we're probably on a camera angle here. Let's just watch these guys. They're getting tires. Sometimes if I got a spin, I'll get tired. But sometimes I want to see how much damage is. No fast repairs. 69 and 56 did not take tires. They probably have the most damage, so good choice.
All the ways away, so he didn't have too much damage.
Yeah, and you got one of two options here, right? You can take partial repairs, catch back up to the field, jump back into the pits, redo it, or you can just stay in here the maximum time, squeak out before the pace car catches you, and we can see the right rear fender just got repaired there pretty quick. Hopefully for Todd it's superficial.
Yeah, it looked like that right rear was slightly damaged.
Yeah, and like I said, there's two strategies. One, you do half repair, catch up to the field, come back into pits, do it again. Then you got to catch up the field, or just stay in and get as much as you can. And it depends on what the timer says for you.
Yeah, me, I go ahead and just stay in. I'll take the lap because we're going to be coming to the stage at 50. Probably at that point, at this point, if I'm Todd, I don't have the truck to get up in the top 10 for stage. So now I'm racing for the end of the race instead of stage points.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna be the lucky dog, so I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
I'm gonna get my lap back. End of the race, I'm there.
Yeah, totally agree. And he scored it out. He scored it out in front of the field. Now he's got to catch up. If he still has some timer on the repair clock, he could get partial repairs, still come out in front of the pace car, or take that one lap after.
As long as if he does still have damage, as long as it's not too bad, him being in behind everyone, he'll be able to stay in the draft and not be a parachute.
We'll give our producer the call. If you have a quick commercial you want to throw, you can throw it. If not, we'll just keep talking.
Oh, we're getting ready to go green flag racing here this time by pit road.
Oh, that's right.
Truck is going to hit pit road.
Good
Or
call.
double file.
I was watching the replay on YouTube and lost my focus.
Here comes Todd off of 2, so he should catch him. Yeah, he'll be good. Now Denda's going to be on the outside of Davis on this restart, and Crosby behind him instead. Hinton behind Denda. Got 20 laps to go for the end of this stage. Wonder how much dicier we'll get before we get to that point.
There goes the pace car.
Stay tuned, because nobody knows. Davis takes off. We're green flag once again. Like that middle inside lane just didn't go. Big gaps. Go suck right back up after a lap or two. Get all sorted.
The 16-5 had a little bit of a slow start, but 5 gets in behind the 60. He's going to catch that there with the right in the draft, like you said. Oh, 48 comes down.
Ooh, Sousa a little loose. Hinton had to check up, keep from running him over.
Yeah, it's a fun track, but this new configuration, the new aero package iRacing just put out in these trucks, it's a quite an interesting track these days.
And tracks like this, and Charlotte, Vegas, and Texas. Yeah, you got to trust the guy on the inside when you're in the dog leg, because you're not sure. He may just wash right up into you.
Yeah, quickly, Ben finds himself on the outside, but mostly single file here.
Go back to riding again for about 15 more laps, and everybody jockeying for position after that for stage points. Crosby all over the rear end of Dinda, trying to take his tailgate off, make him quicker. Oh, Long washes up into 3. Geist had to check up. That allowed Kuhn and them to run up in on Geist. Geist was hanging back early on, but here he is running in 6th now. Yeah,
and as we saw before, gaps here seem to get closed a lot quicker than some of the other super speedways.
And we got our viewers asking where our ticker is. Oh, as we say that, Crosby makes a move under Dinda for 2nd. he gonna get on the outside and get train route by everybody else, or is he gonna move back up? It looked like Crosby let him back in. Coon was trying to do something there. Almost got caught damage with 32. Here comes Todd Perron up in the 7th with a little bit of damage from that wreck, but still maintaining.
You just forced me to re-log into my YouTube account so we can see those comments as well.
John Crosby beating the back bumper off of that 48.
He's really good at it. He does it to me all the time on these types of tracks.
Sniffing a little bit of clean air on the right side, cooling his oil off. Oh, he might make a move. Oh, Denda's up high. Crosby's gonna make a move under him off of 4 here. Oh, start getting double foul here in a second.
Yeah, and I don't know if Hunter slid up the track and Max, jumped up to kind of get behind him, but
Oh, a little bit of contact.
Crosby's gonna say, "I'm sticking on the inside, and I got some guys pushing me behind me."
Seuss is gonna go with Crosby, and Denda's gonna hang out with Davis. Who's gonna push who? Coming down with 13 laps to go for the end of the stage.
And I know, even though they're cross teams, Max and Hunter are probably in the same chat. I love our Discord. These guys, they have their own teams, but sometimes we get multiple teams in a chat. They're talking to each other right now, most likely live as we're racing. We can't hear them. We don't hear them on track mic, but they are talking to each other.
Here comes Geist in 5th place, trying to get them stage points. We've done moved up. We've done double foul, 4 rows deep.
Yeah, and it seems like it might be a little early for the stage to kind of make it too wide. And like I said, I don't know if Hunter slipped up there or if that was intentional, but Max went up there with him. And they got 4 on the outside.
He lost a lot of mo, too.
Yeah, for sure.
'69 Todd Perrant moving his way back up after being in that last caution.
Yeah, and I was going to say the same thing. After that incident, he probably got most of his damage repaired, and he's right up there in the mix.
I think he has a little bit of either left or right front, maybe middle. I can't tell nose damage, though. Because he gets a little close, and then unless there's a truck right in front of him, he starts to fall back off again. I could be wrong.
Yeah, probably a little arrow. Like you said, if he's right behind somebody. And there's Max. He's trying to decide if he wants to tuck in or stay with Hunter.
See, if he gets under Max here, he stays. He can stay tucked. Well, Max jumped up, so that just shot that to hell.
And I guarantee you, they're talking to each other right now. Hunter's probably saying, "Don't leave me. Don't leave me, buddy. We can do this."
We've got 10 laps to go in end of stage 2 here.
Yeah, and if Hunter tucks in, it's going to be really hard for Max. I mean, I know he's got the 32 getting a little sideways. He gets up.
More contact with Kuhn.
Whew,
Stay
keep
green,
it clean. Little excitement there. We just all caught our breath. We see this second pack falling back a little bit, but I'm going to give a quick shout out because I may use this in a promotion. If you've ever wanted to broadcast, you ever thought about it, if you want a league to come in and learn how to broadcast, we will train you. We got an excellent producer. We're always looking for broadcasters for our league. So, if you want to give this a try, you want to give it a shot, you don't need to own an iRacing license. You just have to log into Discord, and we always need broadcasters. Sorry, Jamie. Commercial's over. Go back to racing.
All that jockeying has kicked the front 2 the last 37 laps of this race out to 4th and 5th respectively, now 6th. Now we got a new leader up there with Crosby.
Yeah, and like I said, we did this race a couple weeks ago in Xfinity, And man, that outside line is really tough. I mean, if you had 2 cars on the inside and 10 on the outside, sure, I think you can make it happen. But man, that outside line is really tough.
Top Piranha's under the 48 now. They're battling for fifth. 4-car breakaway up front. Six laps to go.
And a 48 car still trying to find something on the outside, but good luck, I guess. You know, if you don't get tucked behind, you're not going to be able to make that run on the last lap.
He also has no help behind him currently.
Although we saw the 40 car Ben Kuhn maintain fairly well when he was in the same position.
Yeah, if that bottom line got more organized, it would help Max because he could side draft and pull off of him, but the gaps are really killing him. Need somebody to get behind him, push him past Todd. Or have somebody in front of him pull up in that second lane a little bit, let him get a draft off of him. Oh, speaking of, here goes Hunter. That's 4 laps here, 3 laps.
Yeah, and it's curious, is Hunter jumping out there to, you know, try to get these 3 or 4 cars? Oh, no, they're going to pull back in single file, leave 32 out hanging.
I think he did that to pull Max up there so they can make a run on the outside here, going on lap 49.
Good call. I guarantee you those two are communicating right now on Discord.
He may even do it here in a minute, going either off of 2 or off of 4. Get a run, dip out. Oh, I'm not sure what happened. I can't tell if he. Oh, we got a wreck.
We got a wreck. 32.
It's Geiston Holloway in the wall, turns 3 and 4.
Caution is out. That will probably bring us to our stage break. Ooh, close call there. That will bring us to our stage break. We're going to see with the scoring monitors where they position these guys for the points. 32 is going to go straight to pits. He's got some major damage.
Yeah, he hit the wall pretty good with that nose off of Holloway.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you on the flip side.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar,
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait. Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying,
Thanks, nap time.
Thanks, nap time.
Thanks, nap time.
nap time, when they just won't shut up. Nap time is not legal in the following states.
Welcome back. This is the replay of what happened between the 56 of Holloway and 32 of Geist. They go into 3 and 4. Geist goes up into 23, gets into him, pushes him up into the 56, causing them to collect each other and slap the wall. Got confirmation that 56 says he's got too much damage and he is done for the night. That is tough luck in playoff race number 1. Yeah, he did. 23 goes in there, bumps the 69, moves up into the 32. 32 has nowhere to go and just shoved into the 56. And we're double file going back green flag. Here's Crosby in the restart zone going green. We shove off into turn 1. Everybody splits up, starts looking for a dance partner. We got 58 laps to go.
Had some technical difficulties on my end, but I think I'm back live. Jamie, let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, yes, sir.
Awesome.
Looks like they're gonna stretch it back out and get single file for a while. So we currently have lost Mark Holloway. I don't know if Geist is done. He may be on pit road getting some damage fixed, but 56 has called it an evening. And I think we're down to about, what, 8 trucks now? 9 trucks?
Yeah, tough break for a couple of those guys. Again, no fast repairs. So, if you get too much damage, you're pretty much stuck. The 69 who got involved earlier in the incident, he's still up there with the field.
Yeah, he's lucky. That the wreck they had was very minimal on all parties. Coon's still trying to make that high side work back there by himself. He's going to get a little bit of help with him from the 5 of Hinton. I think Crosby got bored running the bottom and said, "Here, let's run the high side, boys. Come on, follow me. Run the wall."
Let's try this. John will try and do anything. And, he oftentimes finds himself in the front of the field at the end of a race. And, this last stage is 60 laps minus the 2 caution laps we had. So that's kind of like a 1 lap. So I expect these guys to split it up almost evenly if there's no cautions. Hopefully we don't have any more cautions, but I would expect a clean split, about 30 laps. So about lap 80 is when I expect somewhere around there these guys start pitting.
Now look now, Ben Coon making it 3 wide, pushing it up to 4th, and Crosby said, "Not today, son, not today." Hinton trying to make some moves on the outside by himself. Don't think that's going to work, buddy.
Yeah, he's pulled a Ben Coon from earlier in the race. Sometimes these guys can maintain their position, but it's sometimes hard to squeeze back in.
Yeah, that bottom line tighten up better. It'd help Hinton on the outside a lot more. And like Perrant chipped up a little bit. No, back down the line he goes. Back to the outside he goes. Back to the inside.
Yeah, Damon, let's get our top 10 streamed across the bottom again. There we go. We can see 2 cars, 7 laps down, so we have 9 currently on the lead lap.
I wonder if Todd shoving up in the corners like that is from damage and hitting him on older tires. It looked like he's having some issue going on. He's falling to the back of the pack. Looks like he might start to fall off the draft a little bit.
And, you know, considering we need obviously one more stop before the end for fuel, you know, nothing wrong with dropping to the back. You can make your move in those last 20, 30 laps or so. So it's going to be really interesting. These guys are all nose to tail, single file, keeping it clean. I would expect this for a few laps, but you never know.
I got, Ben Sousa. Is it Ben Sousa? Brian Sousa, excuse me, up to second now. I don't know why I said Ben. I just seen the B for some reason. It's like, oh, man.
You race with these guys enough, you know they're all their first names.
I'm still starting to learn some of these newer guys because it's been a while since I've done broadcasting here. So
it's I'm gonna give a little Jamie Howell promotion. It's been a few seasons since you won your truck season, so you know some same names, some new names, and we always love new racers. And old guys returning, not old, but you know, legacy guys returning.
Oh, you're trying to say I'm old? Yeah.
Well, I'm older, but anyways, yes.
Oh, you're older?
Oh yes, we'll talk about that later.
Are you sure? Oh man.
I'm 97. I don't think you got anything on that. I'm just having fun. This is a good broadcast. We're trying to get some laughs involved as these guys are nose to tail coming into turn 1.
50 laps to go, 49 laps to go.
And this is kind of what you expect, right? I mean, like I said, you're the more seasoned veteran in iRacing. Keep it clean. All stick together in a pack. Let's keep it where we are until we get a probably after the pits, right?
Yeah, they'll have to pit at least one more time. So I'm not making a. Sousa almost lost it there. I'm not making a move until, depending on where I'm at in the pack. So if I'm Davis, I'm not making a move till, I don't know, coming out of 2 on the last lap. As long as I got a dancing partner behind me, I'm going.
So you're in the Discord. We're gonna talk a little bit about like how these guys do teams, inter-team communication. Like, does someone, well, obviously you can split the stage up evenly, right? But does like 3 or 4 of them who are all talking to each other kind of try to come in early, or does it not make a difference?
You always need dance partners. So here I've never really had any green flag pit stops because usually there's a caution that keeps that from happening. When you get to places like Dega or Daytona, the more the merrier. That way your locomotive has more engines, so to speak.
Yeah, and I have not looked at Mac's screen to see who he's live sharing with on Discord, but my guess is Max, Davis are probably communicating. Kuhn may be in there with them, and then we got teammates Brandon Hidden, Todd Perrant. They can obviously come in together. If they don't call it on track, Mike, you try to sneak 3 or 4 cars who are on a mic together in at the same time, a lap or 2 early, and try to leave some guys hanging. I don't know. It's gonna be really curious to see what these guys do if we don't have a caution.
I'm glad you pointed out the teams. Now it makes sense why Perrant fell to the back, because him and Hinton can pit together, or will, because now he's right behind him. Before he was up in the middle of the pack without him.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, we have some cross teams, right? I know Max and Hunter are probably chatting together. Sometimes Ben will join their sometimes TRN, Max's team, Rubin Racing, they'll get together in a pack. I guarantee you the 5 and the 69 and currently an 8 to 9, they're together on mic. Geis is probably with if Max and Hunter and Ben are in a chat, Geis is probably with them. So it's gonna be really curious to see how these guys break this up.
got about maybe 20 more laps of fuel before they got to start pitting. I believe.
And I
Roughly somewhere
wasn't
in there.
sure who we just saw. It's probably one of the lap down cars.
I think it was Geist.
Yeah, Geist. Obviously, I just said Geist is probably in a chap. It doesn't matter for him. But, if he's getting damages and can get with his teammates at the end, he can certainly help push one of them to the victory.
He can be a pusher.
And in fact, while I was saying that, don't look now. We have 4 guys in general chat. Ben Kuhn, Hunter Davis, Jonathan Geist, and Max Finless. So actually, I didn't have to look at Max's screen. I could check it out in Discord. And we have you and I here together in the broadcast booth with Damon, our producer. The 60 and 73 car are teammates, and they are fairly close to each other on track, I believe. But, they can pit together 5 car 69. They can pit together 63 23. They're in a chat together. So, just giving a little secret inside information to those of you watching or watch the broadcast later, just giving you a little insight into how Discord works and how these guys use it and utilize it while they're racing in iRacing.
Yeah, ideally, I'm just going to, if I have enough fuel and I do not have to pit before the leader, I'm just going to hit pit road with him. If he dips down off of 2, I'm dipping down off of 2. That way I can stay with the locomotive.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mentioned some of those guys, they're in a team channel, which is locked to team members only. But I mentioned the 4 of them that are, there we go. I mentioned the 4 of them, they're in general chat, right? So if one of the other guys in another team wanted to jump up there, like Crosby wanted to jump up and hear what the general guys are doing, they can certainly jump up there. It's a little tricky. You got to find a kind of a break to jump up there. But, those 4 are in general chat. So they're free to talk amongst inner teams. It's pretty cool, Damon. This is awesome what you're showing. I love it. I think our fans, those who are watching, they can appreciate the complexity of teams and inter-team relationships. And not to give a shout out to our Discord. Sorry, Jamie, I just cut you off. It's very active. A lot of guys, posting videos, some other stuff they're doing. We post videos on YouTube. Obviously, you guys can see them if you're on YouTube. But just the communication, the chattiness. If there's an incident, guys are talking, sometimes complaining. But it's a great place to air it out. Also, when you're in a race, to have a group to talk with.
Things starting to get a little choppy. I think they're getting ready to start running some green flag pit stops. I believe. I'm not exactly sure because I don't know what the fuel run is on these things here. I don't know if it's 30 laps or 45 laps.
Yeah, I think it's 40. So let's say 40 to 43 if you were just going to run max fuel. If you were splitting the stage up, you would probably pit around 80. You could run a little longer, a little shorter. It just depends on who's sneaky in their communications with each other. We'll find out. As you know, we have had a few cautions. Like as we said earlier, these guys are the best of the best. I think we'll see Jamie, our fellow broadcaster, running in this league next season. Hopefully we can get some. There's actually some really good new drivers that I expect to see running Premier if they want to and if they apply. But smaller field, best of the best, exciting action, good racing, clean racing. We do have a semi-pro who ran in this league last season. Now he runs in it if he wins the earlier truck race, and it's always fun to see these guys race.
If we have any football fans out there and you're a Niners fan, I'm sorry, your team's getting obliterated 41-6 right now. Maybe next year. Sorry.
Tough break.
Anywho, back to the racing.
Nose to tail, single file, pits at any time. 76, 77, good laps to pit. You could wait till 80. You
I'd
could
say
probably,
around 85. That way they're
yeah,
good on
you
fuel
can
toward the
stretch it.
end.
Absolutely. Plus green, white checkers. Good call. And for those who are watching on YouTube, we are doing shorts in these playoffs for the drivers who win. If they get an interview, we were going to include that in their clip. So hopefully they keep it clean. We can get a nice little segment. Post their spin out. Do your best spin out, boys. Uh, we're trying some new things here at DSI Racing. Again, we're going to have some promotions, some off-season races. We're going to try to get some new broadcasters, new racers, and we're going to make it exciting. There we go. We got a nice little clip of that DSI Racing on YouTube. You can see our videos. You can see our shorts. Obviously, this broadcast is live. Those of you watching, this is live broadcast. We're trying to do some more inclusion for the guys who win, give them a little promotion themselves. And green flag stops anytime now through, let's just say 85, should be pretty exciting. And if you wanted to push it, you could probably go to 90.
Not sure if anyone want to take tires, maybe right side. Oh, we got a little bit of position change. Sousa got kicked out on the outside and get trained by everybody.
Like you mentioned earlier, if you can try a little side drive, maybe you can slow those guys down. But he's kind of getting hung up. But maybe he's dropping back to get with a teammate. And of course, I say that, and his teammate is a 73 machine, so maybe not intentional. Although he is right there, one position behind the 40 car, who's right there on the bumper. So if they're going to come in early, maybe he's just getting trying to get a spot.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he jumped out trying to get in behind Crosby, but Ben Kuhn jumped in before he could.
Missed it, yeah. But if these guys are a gap apart, they can still come down together.
I think we may see some separate pit stops here just to shake it up, see what happens.
Yeah, and if one group misses it a little more than the other, that could make a pretty clear advantage. And again, we're on lap 83 here as we cross the line, so let's find out who pits when.
And do you take tires? Do you take 4? Do you take 2? Do you take none?
Thank you, Damon. I wasn't sure what was going on YouTube on my other screen, but looks like we got that figured out. And it's a little delayed, so you guys have already seen it. So just going off of fuel, obviously, if Max is out front, he is probably spending more fuel than the 73 and the guys behind him. I believe 90 is as far as these guys can go on fuel, maybe 93. So let's stay tuned to see how these guys split up and break off for pit road under green. So we've got a little screen in screen action. We got the race on the left hand. On the right hand side, last night's winner, John Crosby. We're doing promos. I know John had over 300 views before we started this race for that win. We got a little commentary. We got a little commentary from John actually included in that clip. So it's something new we're trying to do for the playoffs. You win a race, do a great spin out, let's give an interview. We're going to include some of that in the clip, and we are going to promote you for winning a race. So tonight's winner will have a short video tomorrow before the race we do next gen Sunday night, Sunday late evening. So we're these guys when they win. Congratulations. We're gonna focus on you. And I don't want to say 3 to go, but my guess is it's 3 to 6 to go for green flag stop. So this is going to get pretty exciting. Jamie, we're going to give you the call when these guys start coming down, splitting off. I don't know if they're going to be sneaky. They're going to call it out of the track mic. I'm not listening, but let's find out.
Yeah, I've lost sound, so. But it's gonna be interesting here in a minute. I'd have to make the call, shake it up, come first.
Yeah, Max, Hunter, Ben, we just saw a few minutes ago, 32 car, who's 25 laps down. They're all in a chat together. You know, do they try to be sneak? I mean, we try to call out our pit stops on track, on the track mic, so we don't surprise anybody coming down. So it's gonna be curious to see if they try to, last minute it, come down as a group of 4 separate from the other guys, or if they all just come down together.
I don't know if you can really last minute it here. You're gonna have to jump down there quick off of 2, keep from getting ran over. Because you got to enter the pit road here and going into 3. Which means you can't be too fast because then you'll loop it around.
Yeah, and good call. If you don't call it out over track mic, you will get run over.
Oh, I thought they were coming there for. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Half the field. Half the field.
4 left out on track. The rest of them all dropped down.
Into Davis, Crosby, Kuhn, and Sousa coming down this time by.
And my guess is that next 4.
Oh, and Kuhn spins it.
Oh.
He spins it. He saves it. Oh.
Saves it.
Oh, so did Sousa. They have got to take tires now. They have no choice.
And these
Everybody
next
else.
Yeah, they're going to call out together on track up for sure to come in together.
Everybody else is coming this time by. Unfortunately, Sousa and Kuhn have got to take tires. They just everybody's going to take tires, so yeah, that's a good thing. They're just not going to come out with everybody else because they're slower getting in. Sousa didn't. He took right side only. That's dangerous.
And the next group comes in together. Ooh, let's see how that plays out for Brian in the 60 car.
Let's see what they do here. Who takes tires? What about no? Let's go back to the ones on pit road. Does Noah take tires? I don't think Noah's taking tires. He did not take tires. What about everybody else? I don't think any not taking tires. I don't think that's a good call there, Batman. Old tires.
Well, I'll be your Robin. Let's find it. Let's see where they come out. That first group slipped up, so if they want to stay together, they got to kind of slow it down for those guys in the back. Let's see if these guys can come out in front of them.
Well, they're going to come out in front of them, but with old tires, that back group's lined up 3 deep, or 3 of them in a line, so they're coming hard and hot.
Yeah, there's Crosby already making a move to get up
there.
There
they are. You see Max and Davis and Sousa, they're going around them.
I was actually surprised that 2 teammates, the 5 and the 69, didn't take tires. I mean, obviously we can look at that a little more in depth, but it didn't look like they took tires to me.
Man, they were throwing Hail Marys. That round of pit stop though has made Craig Noel in the 63 the leader with Crosby right behind him, but behind them you got the line of Dinda, the 88 of Davis, and Sousa coming, and at least 2 of them took, I believe, 4 tires. So, and I want to say that was Denda and Davis.
Yeah,
they're coming.
Making quick work of the 60 car.
Yeah, they're hunting them down. Ooh, he tried to blocking. I don't think that's gonna work. Davis and Denda gonna run him on the outside. They make the pass and clear him. Yeah, I said them no tires wasn't a good idea.
You are not kidding, because that's primarily the first group minus the 60 car Brian Sousa, and that other group is falling back into their previous pit stop position, kind of trailing. Open for a caution.
Yeah, I'm thinking Sousa's really hoping for a caution. That way he can go get 4 fresh tires instead of 2, because them 2 right sides didn't help him at all.
They didn't, but surprisingly enough, he's in front of the group that didn't take tires. So maybe helping a little bit as he's side by side with the 63.
Well, I mean, in regards to the floor, though, he was there, and then he slid. He also slid his tires when he halfway spun it, so that burned his left sides up even more. And he's riding next to 2 guys that didn't take tires. He's struggling with them. Meanwhile, Denda and Davis starting to put a gap on Crosby.
Yeah, again, those 2 are in
second.
Communication with each other. They can battle that out in the last lap if they so decide. But Crosby's not far behind.
No, he's trying to suck it back up.
And I noticed a week and a half ago with the Xfinity cars, man, you can fall behind a little bit, and if there's cars in front of you, you can pull up pretty quick, and Crosby's showing that right now on screen.
But it batted pretty hard back and forth, back.
Yeah, blazing fast. Crosby caught up to those guys. Obviously, it's going to be harder to make the pass, but catching up is not an issue here. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised that second group, if they can get together nose to tail, if they can't catch these leaders.
Yeah, if they lined up, they'd have maybe a shot, but
we're 10 to go.
see after a few laps, Crosby will lose a little bit of space. He washes up a little more and more out of the corners now with them older tires. And then he'll pull right back up, though.
Yeah, it seems to be at this track somewhat more than Daytona or Talladega. It's easier to catch the guys half a second, 7/10 of a second in front of you than it is to pass them, or, obviously he doesn't have any help there behind him.
You see how he entered just a little higher, that way he could come off low. Oh, bobble up. You're looking at their lead, or the race for the win right here.
And I'm going to guess it's going to get pretty exciting. A little side drafting. It's going to be tough because Hunter still has Max in front of him, cutting that air in front of him. How much can John look at the side drafting? That's pretty amazing. They can't see this angle from their car, so their knowledge of where their car is from their perspective is pretty amazing.
Tried to put a little bit of air on that spoiler, didn't work that time.
It'll be hard because, you know, Max and Hunter are communicating. John is in the dark as to what those two are talking about. It's going to be really hard for John to pass both of them. You know, ooh, get right on the bumper of 88 machine.
You know, I'm surprised he wasn't testing out things that may work before now to see if he could get a good side draft and maybe draw Davis back to pull a draft off Addenda to maybe pull up to Max. Now it just seems like it's a little too late to see what will work.
Yeah, without a dance partner behind the 73 car, it's going to be hard, but we will find out if he's got some magic up his sleeve. Here we go.
And it looks like he's trying stuff now to see if they'll work, but I still think it's a little too late because if they don't work, you don't have a whole lot of time to see what else will. Davis lost a lot on that draft. See, if he was a little closer, he could be pulling draft off of Max, but that allows Davis to pull right back up, though, him not doing that.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure there if he touched the apron, he'd get a little bump. The 73 car, here we got a second bump. He's right on his bumper. Yeah, I'm not sure if he hit the, you know, apron there in the start-finish line or not, but this is going to be pretty exciting.
And when he pulled up alongside Davis, if he'd got real close to him as he was drawing on him, he'd have thrown more air on his nose, just like it would his spoiler, and it'd have slowed him down, I believe, enough for him to pull past him. Here he goes again. See if he could.
You get a jump, but without the draft, let's see if Hunter just pulls back up on Max's bumper.
Yeah, he can pull. See right there, if John was pulling down closer, when Max comes out of the little edges of the dog leg, he could suck up a little bit of draft, but he's too far off of Davis for that to happen. Coming to 2 to go this time by. He's going to try it again. If he's a little closer here, he can pull down a little bit of draft right here as they come off, right there where Max comes up. It's not a lot, but it's enough to help.
The question is going to be, does Hunter jump out to see if Crosby will push him, or does he stay behind Max?
I'd probably stay behind Max and then jump out, or to try to go around Max when we pass Davis. That's just me, though. I don't know. This track's different though, so you can't race the last lap here like you would at Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, this could feed Crosby's right on the bumper of the 88 machine.
Because you get to the start-finish line so much quicker here off of Ford than you do Daytona or Talladega because of the size difference. They're going to come up on lap traffic here on the final lap, though. What's going to happen? I don't think they got a run here. They got no run. Nothing's going to happen. Looks like Max going to win. Davis going to run a second, and Crosby third.
Coming to the start finish. Let's see if anybody's got any magic. Doesn't look like it. Hunter makes a move to the inside, but too late.
What about everybody else? Let's see what they do. Boom, 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 boom. Clean racing to the checker.
Max Dinner, your race winner. Hunter Davis, John Crosby, Ben Kuhn, Todd Perrant. After that early incident, Brian Souza, Thomas Long, Chuck Knoll, and Brandon Hedden finish out your top 9. Yeah, we are definitely going to pull these guys up into the booth. Here comes the 69, give a little bump to the 48. Give these guys some interviews. Again, for those of you who check out our YouTube channel, we're going to premiere promo all these guys who win a race, do their spin outs, do their, look at this, spinning through the grass. He's got a lawnmower on that front end. Into pit road, that's going to be a black flag. Sorry, Max. We're gonna showcase these guys. Everybody who wins in the playoffs is going to get a little short feed. Check it out. Share it with your family. This is exciting. We'll catch Max Burnout. We're pulling guys into the channel, and let's go. John Crosby, Congratulations, P3. I know you wanted a higher finish. Looked like you kept trying to make some action happen right there on Hunter Davis. But how'd you feel about that race, buddy?
Well, at the end there, it's pretty hard when, you got two guys that are working together, and I got no one, so there's really nothing I could do there. Really expected Hunter to make a move at the end, but yeah, just kind of disappointed with how it went, but tried to do a little pit strategy at the end to see, just to try something different, trying to get in the lead. But yeah, no, just kind of disappointed with it, but it is what it is.
Did you take tires on that last pit stop, the green flag pit stop?
I took right sides.
Okay, I couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, because we were debating, Brian and I were debating it, what we should do and when we should pit. So, and that's another reason why I kind of gave up the lead there. I didn't know when to pit. But yeah, no, we figured it out. But yeah, no, it's not the way I wanted to start the playoffs, but it's still a podium, so not too shabby.
Yeah, I was telling John, I figured since it was just a 3-truck, runaway, I was kind of thinking you were going to try and see what would or wouldn't work a little sooner. What was your thought process on the last few laps other than Davis pulling out on the last lap?
Well, just trying to make something happen. But like I was saying, when you have no help and you got two I don't know if they're teammates, but they work together really well. So it's just hard to make anything happen. So I didn't know what to do. So it was just kind of a wait and see.
Gotcha. Well, it was a good race either way. So P3, good point tonight, regardless. It's first race of the playoffs, so.
Yep. But yeah, not the way we wanted to start it, but still not too bad.
Hey, it ain't how you start the playoffs; it's how you finish them.
That's right.
Well, congrats, man, and look, see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John. We're going to bring in our P2 finisher next, Hunter Davis in the 88 machine. Hunter, you just joined the booth. We know we were showing in the broadcast. Crosby just talked about it. You and Max were working together. You didn't make a move at the end there, but P2 finish. How'd you feel?
Man, it felt pretty great, and honestly, the entire race that was a rough one. The Atlanta, it's hard to make passes, and going there towards the end, right? Like I'm trying to set up a move, but coming out of I think it was 1 and 2 onto the backstretch when Crosby started side drafting, right? That pulled all the momentum that I had. So by the time I was able to get back to Max's bumper, I didn't have a run. I'd be giving up second in a attempt to go for first, right? And I don't think it would have been successful.
Well, congratulations on the P2. Like I said, we're kind of showcasing during the feed how different guys in different channels are talking to each other, working with each other, inner teams, working with each other. Congrats on the P2. I know Jamie, let's get some technical questions here for Hunter.
So were you guys planning on taking 4, or was that the last ticket thing on the green?
Yeah, I was 100%. Like, dude, this entire race, that's what made it mostly single file the whole time. And like, you just could not, there was no grip. And, when I say it felt like I was running negative tire pressures, like, when you're in the draft, it's the left front. The left front, just you cannot get it to grip anywhere on the track. When you're out in clean air, it's the right front that you can't get it to grip anywhere. So different tires, but man, there just seemed like to be zero grip throughout the entire track tonight, which is what made it difficult, and it made it a lot of that single file racing that we saw here tonight. And so, whenever you're trying to figure out how to get a run on somebody, it's difficult just due to the sheer fact of there's no grip anywhere.
Yeah, without a dance partner, no draft help, you really kind of couldn't do much.
Yeah, I mean, overall, a fun one. I'm happy with the second place finish to kick off our playoffs, man. And congrats to John up there in third place and Max on that race win, man. That was awesome performance by both those guys. It's always a blast racing them, and I look forward to carrying this momentum next week into New Hampshire, I think.
Good point tonight on race 1 and playoffs. I look forward to seeing many more.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all putting this on for us.
Congrats to Hunter Davis, the 88 machine running for TRN Motorsports. We're going to bring in Max Dinda next. I'm going to let Jamie mostly do this interview, except we're going to let Max know this is being recorded. You're going to get a YouTube short on your win and burnout. And Jamie, take it away.
Congrats on the win, Max. Were you and Hunter planning on running it out to the end and racing each other for the win, or did it just kind of happen that way?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, obviously, Hunter is going to go for the win, so I want him to go for the win. But, I mean, when it came down to it, I don't know what caused that separation there at the end. It really shuffled things up. So there's only 3 of us. So I knew if I just held it on that bottom, that there was no chance for them to get past me unless they really worked together. And I mean, I knew Hunter wasn't probably going to work with him when he had me. So, yeah, I just knew when John was just side drafting him, it was just helping me. So I just had to hold my line on the bottom, and I'd be home free.
Yeah, there was different pit strategies that last green flag. You had some that took 2, some that took 4, so that spread some out. Then you had 2 that actually spun it coming on the pit road, so that drug it out too, because then they weren't able to get back to their teammate. Crosby, he tried a little bit. He's one of the guys that took 2 tires, and he tried a few times, like you were saying. Were you hoping for a caution? Did you really want it to go green?
Well, I mean, when it was just us 3, I mean, I knew that's a guaranteed top 3 if you don't wreck each other. So I was just hoping that they didn't wreck in the back, but they fortunately didn't, and we got free. So yeah, it was a fun race. I mean, pretty hard. All that. I mean, the moment you get behind somebody, you just get them so loose. So it was really like an arrow game and playing with the arrow and seeing what you can do.
It's a good points night, race 1 of the playoffs, and look forward to seeing you next week and pulling off more.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our top 3, Max Dinda, Hunter Davis, and John Crosby in a 73 car. We're going to check out tonight, and last words to Jamie to close us out.
That was a fun but boring race 1 of the playoffs. Hopefully next week changes it up and we get a little more interesting as we head to, I'm assuming what some are saying, New Hampshire, I believe. So we look forward to seeing you there.
See ya.